Today we will be discussing General Giap's exploitation of the terrain and geography at Dien Bien Phu. Question: how did Giap's exploitation of terrain and geography in Dien Bien Phu influence the outcome of the Battle of Dien Bien Phu? Dien Bien Phu was a remote valley in the northwest Vietnam, encircled by steep jungle-covered hills. The valley's floor, where the French established their base, was dominated by a surrounding high ground. The dense jungle provided concealment to Viet Minh forces, facilitating their strategic artillery placement and trench construction, ultimately encircling and besieging the French garrison. General Giap's strategic exploitation of the terrain and geography of Dien Bien Phu was instrumental in Viet Minh's victory. Some of the relevant points are discussed in the succeeding slide. Exploiting the high ground. Artillery placement. Giap's forces occupied the high ground surrounding the French base in Dien Bien Phu Valley. This elevated positions allowed them to place artillery in strategic locations and enabling continuous and accurate bombardment of French positions. Dominance over the battlefield. The high ground provided the Viet Minh with superior visibility and control, allowing them to observe French movements and effectively direct their firepower. Use of jungle cover. Concealed movement. The dense jungle surrounding Dien Bien Phu provided excellent cover for Viet Minh troops and equipment. Giap utilized this natural cover to move large numbers of troops and artillery guns into positions without detection. Ambush tactics. The jungle allowed the Viet Minh to launch surprise attacks and ambushes on French patrols and supply convoys, further isolating the French garrisons. Trench and tunnel systems. Extensive trenching. Giap ordered the construction of an extensive trench network and tunnel network, allowing his troops to move safely and launch attacks from multiple directions. This trench system gradually encroached on French positions, tightening the noose around them. Protected positions. The trench provided Viet Minh forces with protected positions from which they could stage assaults and defend against counterattacks and significantly reduce their casualty. Logistic and supply strategies. Innovative supply lines. Despite the challenging terrain, Giap ensured a steady flow of supplies and reinforcements through well organized logistical efforts. The Viet Minh used human porters and bicycles to transport supplies over difficult terrain and maintain their operational capability. Siege warfare. By cutting off French supply lines and establishing a siege, Giap capitalized on geographic isolation of Dien Bien Phu. This strategy starved the French garrison of essential supplies and reinforcements and weakening their ability to sustain the defense. Psychological impact. Moral and psychological warfare. The relentless artillery bombardment from high ground combined with the encroaching trench systems created a sense of inevitability and despair among the French troops. The psychological pressure was a crucial factor in breaking the morale of the French forces. Comprehensive encirclement. By effective utilization of the terrain to encircle Dien Bien Phu, Giap's forces prevented any significant French breakout attempts or resupply missions. The geographic encirclement ensured that the French garrison remained trapped and increasingly vulnerable. To conclude, we can say that General Giap's strategic exploitation of the terrain and the geography of the Dien Bien Phu involved using the high ground from artillery placements, jungle cover for troop movements, trench systems for protection and encroachment, innovative supply strategies, and comprehensive encirclement to isolate and demoralize the French forces. These tactics were decisive in securing the Viet Minh's victory. Thank you.